Hi, I'm Patrick Roberts, creator of Rapid Resizer. In this video, I'm going to show you the basics of the new Designer. The Designer is the part of Rapid Resizer where you can customize a design or draw one entirely from scratch. I released a major update to that in early 2021 that adds a lot of features and works a bit differently. First step, how do you get into the Designer? Well, if you already have a design that you want to customize, for example, say you use the Picture Stencil Maker to turn a photo into a starting point for a design, then from the step where you can enter your design size, first click Customize and then Designer. Take advantage of having this image here to show the image eraser tool. So like it says, the thickness of the erasing tool is controlled here. So you usually want to make that a bit larger, and then you can click and drag, or on a touch screen, tap and drag to white out parts of your image. So that tool is just for erasing areas and images. When you're drawing shapes in the Designer, you use the Delete tool to remove those. The other way to get into the Designer is from the New Project page. So this is if you want to start a design from scratch. It's asking me if I'd like to resume the design I was just working on. Not in this case, but if you chose to resume and then changed your mind, you can just click Select All and then Delete. It won't affect your saved designs. So as I just showed, the top left button takes you to the New Project page if you want to work on something else. The first drawing tool is the Straight Line tool. So click and drag or tap and drag to draw a point or to draw a line. Now one little thing is if you draw the lines starting and ending on the same points, they'll move together, which is useful when you usually want the pieces of a pattern to not come apart when lines are moved. The next drawing tool is the Curve tool. So this makes a smooth curve through however many points you place. So with each click you place a control point and the curve will pass through that. When you're done, you can double click to place a final point, or you can right click or two finger tap to stop drawing that curve. Now with the Select tool, that lets you control the curve. You can drag the points or click and drag to move the whole line around. Of course, works with the Straight Line tool as well. Now the next tool is the Print button. That takes you back to the resizing step with your new design. Now while you can resize there and control the line thickness there, for a design drawn in the Designer, it's best to do that from here. Select All, unsurprisingly selects everything, and then that's handy if you want to change the whole size of your design or change all the lines or to delete everything. Save saves it to your online Rapid Resizer account. Select Area lets you click and drag to select a part of your design. The Add Delete Point tool is to help you with curves, so you can add more points to gain control over the shape. Just click on areas of the curve to add that point. Or if you want a smoother curve, you can click on points to remove them. Detach Line, that goes back to how I mentioned that lines tend to stay glued together. So if you want to pry them apart, you can click on a line near one end to take that off. The Pan tool, you click and drag to move around the drawing area. You can also do that with the arrow keys. There are keyboard shortcuts for just about everything that are listed down here. Zoom zooms to fit your entire design on the screen. You can also zoom in and out using the plus and minus keys on your keyboard. Delete. Got to remember to switch back to the right tool. So if you select something and then click delete, that of course removes it. You can select and click copy, and that'll make a duplicate that you can move separately. Front and back, if you have overlapping elements, that can control which ones are on top. And of course the help button, there's answers to there are answers to most common questions, and if not, you can contact me through there, and that has the option to include your design to help me see what's going wrong if you choose to. The line thickness control, so if you select something, that lets you change its line width to a specific size, or new lines will be drawn with that size. Now there's the last few tools for adding shapes or images into your design. So this makes squares and rectangles, and you can just click and drag. There's an angle control. So that applies to any of these shapes here. Circle tool also can make ellipses. I should explain how this little box here works. So you can change the width and height of the selected of what you've selected using the fields here, but you can also just click and drag on this dashed box. So if you drag the corners, that'll proportionally scale it. If you drag the sides, that will stretch or squeeze it. I should also mention the rulers at the top and the side to show you the real-world size that your design will print at. There's a text tool for adding text and 100+ fonts in Rapid Resizer. And like everything else, you can just click and drag to position it. You can size it, change the line width. Account designs, that will load a design from your account and incorporate it into this design. Import image will let you upload images from your computer to add to the design. Grid, that's just there to help you align elements. And snap to grid will force points to be on the grid intersections. So if I turn that on and drag this, you can see it snap. So that's handy if you need to keep elements aligned or edges straight, horizontal, or vertical. When you're done a design, you'd usually click save and then head off to print it. That's the basics of the new designer. Hope you find it useful, and thanks for watching.